Okay, so this video is going to be about a fridge repair because we went on a mini vacation and when we came back, the fridge quit working. Luckily, we have this really old, well, we use it for a beer fridge, but luckily we had this really old fridge to kind of get us through these last, I don't know, week or so. I want to say we did have some power surges. I called my neighbor, he said we did have a couple of power surges, so I'm guessing that is the reason why the fridge is not working. I'll show you what it does and then I'll explain more as I go. So let me plug it in real quick and show you what it's doing. No lights, no nothing. Nothing seems to happen whatsoever. The refrigerator is a General Electric and there is the model number right there. There's no like reset buttons or anything like that. I did figure out if you hold the energy saver and the ice machine off for maybe, I don't know, 5 to 8 seconds, it'll do something different, but it doesn't change. And that's it. First thing I did was took off the panel that was down here and started checking all the connections. I of course vacuumed all the coils and all the hair and dust that comes out from underneath here. And then I also manually turned on the compressor to make sure that worked. That's kind of a little different of a process, so I'm not going to explain that here. But that does work. The next thing I did was took off the cover to this control board and power board here. I read on the internet that a lot of capacitors can blow up, so I was kind of hoping that one of those was going to be bad and be an easy fix. That wasn't the problem. The fuse checked good, and then I started checking voltages for pretty much everything that I could find, and everything seems to check okay. I even checked out some of the transistors here and those seem to be all good as well. I also of course unplugged all the connections and plugged them back in. The next thing that I read, it says to also reset the refrigerator. There is some wires that go underneath here. It's always on the left upper corner door. So of course I pulled out a couple screws to loosen this. And there's that plug right there, which I did unplug and of course reconnect, and there was no change. So also on the bottom of this plastic deal here where the temperatures read out, there's another circuit board there. It also said of course to check the connections on that as well, which I did, and there's no change. So for this refrigerator I could not find really anything online anywhere, and I guess this GE brand is technically made by Samsung as well. So if you do find something for GE, the Samsung stuff kind of relates to the GE stuff. There's just not much out there on the internet. That's the reason for this video. So I believe some power surges took out the refrigerator, so I couldn't really figure out anything else wrong with it, and I kind of broke down and called the appliance repair people. They came out 2 days later and kind of did somewhat of the same things I did and kind of just determined that the main board and the other board, the little guy up on top with the temperatures and stuff on it, are bad. So he said if we wanted to fix it, it's gonna cost, actually, it cost $90.95 for him to come out and check it out. He determined that we need a control board and a main board. If we wanted him to go ahead and fix it, it would cost around $648.25, and that was with a military discount. And of course they would waive the deposit, which was technically just the charge for him to come out and do a little diagnostic. So naturally I didn't want to pay $650 and I just went online. I'm not exactly sure where I went online, but I can put it down in the description link down below. Anyway, so I went online and found a brand new main board for around $142. I couldn't find the little control board, the one with the temperatures up top, so I got that one on eBay. Found one used for around $29. Those parts came in today. I'm gonna start with the cheaper one first, because if that for some reason fixes it, then I can send the expensive board back. So that's what we're gonna do real quick. We're gonna swap out the little board and then try it out. All right, so to pull this apart, of course, you got to take out the screws that are on top of it that hold the plastic part down. You have to remove the sensor wire right here, sensor wire right here, and then disconnect the control board right there on the board itself. And to get this guy out, we have just the 2 screws here. And that's pretty much it. So this one should be the little control board. This one should be the main board. I'm gonna leave that one for the time being. And of course, one thing you want to do for sure is before you actually order it is make sure that you get the right one, because there are different ones. There's different models. Some of them have extra buttons in here or just different features on different refrigerators. So just make sure you order the correct one. And that's what they look like side by side. The model numbers are right here. Mine looks like it has a D on it, and this one looks like it has an F. I could have swore the one online looked like it had a D, that's why I ordered it. So I hope that this one does actually work. The only difference that I've seen actually so far, which might not be anything at all, is my little solder joints right here are open, and these ones are soldered. So I don't know if that means anything, but the rest of it looks pretty much the same. Now, it's probably not needed to actually put it in this whole plastic thing to hook it up, but it does have these little sensors, which I think are just for the doors. I'm just gonna throw it in here anyway. So we'll hook it up real quick and check it out. All right, got the new one plugged in. I'm gonna plug it into the wall real quick and see if there's any change. Okie, that did not fix it. That did not fix it, so I'm just gonna leave this one in just in case there's something still bad with mine, and we'll just move on to the main board, I guess, and hopefully that fixes it. All right, so for this, of course, make sure your refrigerator is unplugged and then just pull out all the wires. And there is like a little clip right here that you have to lift up, and that's how you get the board out. Like that. And it did not come in an anti-static bag, so that's kind of disappointing. It does look a little bit different than what the website actually showed. The website showed one that looked exactly like my original main board with all these white relays right here. All of these are black. I don't think that should make a difference. Again, before you do order something like this, you need to make sure that it's pretty much exactly like your other ones. I guess the color doesn't matter. You want to make sure you get the correct board, because a lot of refrigerators have a lot of the different options, you know, for ice machine or water or what all, you know, all that kind of stuff, and that's where these other spots may be kind of populated. Ours doesn't have any of the extra stuff. It does have an ice machine, but we don't even use it. So anyway, the model number for this one is a DA41-00473A, but on my sticker right here, DA41-00476, and there's a C right after that. That's the actual model number of this board, because I tried looking up this model number here, and you'll find them, but you'll find a whole bunch of different versions. So if yours still has the sticker on it, go off that sticker. All right, let's plug it in and see what we got. We do have a fan on, so that's probably a good thing. We have light. All right, so it was the main board that was the failure of this, so we do have some temperatures now. All right, so that has light now too. Okay, so it was the main board that was the problem. I'm not exactly sure, what the problem was on it. It was probably just one of the smaller chips on the board that just didn't send its information probably up to that other little circuit board up there. So if you have a GE fridge, I know there's not much on the internet. That's why this video is out there to hopefully help somebody out. Good luck with your refrigerator, and I'll see you on the next one. He said they did. And probably can't read any of that, can you? I went online, found a brand new control board for, or is it the main board? Hey, where are you going? Hey, where are you going? Come back in here, crazy boy. Too humid out here and hot.